Today, we are going to talk about how zoos are different from wildlife sanctuaries and compare them and know their advantages and disadvantages on both of them. So, what is a zoo? A zoo is a facility in which animals are housed within enclosures, cared for, displayed to the public, and in some cases bred. The abbreviation of zoo was first used of the London Zoological Gardens, which was opened for scientific study in 1828. Now let us look at some of the advantages and disadvantages of zoos. The first advantage is that it helps foster a habit of appreciation by bringing people and animals together. Zoos also have endangered species which helps the animals safe from extinction. Zoos are also a family fun activity for all ages, whether young or small. The main disadvantage of zoos is that animals suffer in stress, frustration, and confinement by being too long within four walls. Another disadvantage is that they lose their connectivity with nature. So, what are wildlife sanctuaries? Wildlife sanctuary is a natural habitat owned by the government or private agencies that safeguards particular species of birds and animals. It also provides protection for species from hunting, predation, competition, or poaching. Now let us look at some of the advantages and disadvantages of wildlife sanctuaries. One of the advantages that wildlife sanctuaries have than zoos is that they are free to move here and there and use the natural resources. These are not artificial. These are the areas reserved for wildlife animals. Most of the animals in wildlife sanctuaries in India were born in captivity and lack the skills to survive in nature, which is really morally problematic in their lives.
Animals in confinement. So, animals in confinement suffer from mental depression. They often fight with their cage mates. They get mentally disturbed, physically disturbed. They starve, and they are not endurable and cannot sustain harsh situations. Often, many animals, ranging from monkeys, dolphins, and sea lions, are often commenced to be embarrassed in front of others with embarrassed performances. Then, they cannot easily adapt themselves to the new environment in zoos, as they live in the same old environment, which means that they won't be able to adjust their situation or attitude. What should we try to do instead? We should try to completely avoid or at least minimize the visits to the zoos. We should inform others why zoos shouldn't exist. That means spread awareness to other people around the world on the negative impacts of zoos on society as well as the community. Let's move on to animals in their own habitat. The environment in which an animal lives is referred to as its habitat. Then, a habitat always includes a biotic, which means living, and abiotic, which means non-living organisms or components in an animal's environment. The one advantage is that they can adapt to their surroundings and easily can be considered as endurable.